Here's an analysis of Angelina's facial paralysis, a rare condition that causes sufferers to lose control of one side of their face, struck Angelina Jolie following her split from Brad Pitt. Bell's palsy causes the muscles in one side of the face to become weakened or paralyzed. It is caused by trauma to the facial nerve. Symptoms include an inability to wrinkle the brow of the forehead or close one eye, and a drooping mouth. Researchers believe Bell's palsy is linked to viral infections, such as herpes and the varicella-zoster virus. Other risk factors include hypertension and diabetes. Bell's palsy can be treated with drugs, but sometimes the facial paralysis clears up on its own. Some people even say that acupuncture can help relieve the symptoms. Angelina Jolie says she has made a full recovery. Other famous faces who reportedly have suffered from Bell's palsy include George Clooney, Brosnan, and Sylvester Stallone. Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. Keep watching for more medical mysteries. Tree Man no more. It may have taken a year and an insane number of surgeries, but this Bangladeshi man couldn't be happier to finally have his hands and feet back. A rare disease caused lesions to appear on the man's skin at the age of 10. They worsened over time and made it difficult for him to make a living as a rickshaw driver. Soon, bark-like growths started sprouting from his hands and feet, making it impossible to do anything except scratch his neck. The 27-year-old was dubbed Tree Man by the international media and is one of only 4 people in the world to ever be diagnosed with the disease. Doctors in Dhaka offered to treat him free of charge and moved him and his family to the hospital last February to begin the first of many surgeries. 16 operations later, doctors have removed 11 pounds of growth and restored Tree Man's hands. He'll still need a few more surgeries to pretty up his digits, but now he can at least eat, write, and hold his daughter.
Ada baca nekra daw to.
Tetralogy of Fallot explained. Late-night talk show host Jimmy Kimmel became visually emotional during his show on Monday after revealing his newborn son was diagnosed with a congenital heart disorder and had to undergo emergency open-heart surgery. His son, Billy, was born with Tetralogy of Fallot, which occurs in only 5 of every 10,000 births. But what exactly is this condition? In a healthy heart, oxygen-poor blood flows into the right atrium and ventricle, through the pulmonary artery, and into the lungs to be oxygenated. The now oxygen-rich blood flows back into the left atrium and ventricle and is pumped out through the aorta to be circulated into the body. Tetralogy of Fallot is when a heart has a hole in the interior wall separating the ventricles and a narrower pulmonary passageway. This means the heart works harder to pump blood into the lungs, resulting in thicker right ventricle muscles. Because of the hole in between the ventricles, oxygen-poor blood is allowed to flow directly into the aorta and the rest of the body. This lack of oxygen causes a bluish tint in the skin, lips, and nails. The exact causes of Tetralogy of Fallot remain unknown, and treatment requires surgery. Left untreated, patients are at an increased risk of sudden death, especially in the first 3 years of life. Many children who have it survive into adulthood, but need lifelong medical care to keep them healthy. Meanwhile, debates over U.S. healthcare have dominated this week's headlines, as the American Health Care Act has just passed the House of Representatives. And with Trump Care, there's a chance people with pre-existing conditions, such as Tetralogy of Fallot, will be denied coverage. Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews.
Woman in India gives birth to child with rare deformities. Alien or God? This is what many see when they get a glimpse of the baby boy who was born in Katahar, India earlier this week. Doctors treating the newborn have diagnosed him with harlequin ichthyosis, a rare genetic disorder that creates thick skin and deformities. Medical experts say the child's features could also be a case of a defect called anencephaly, which results in babies born without critical parts of the brain and skull. The child's mother, 35-year-old Khalida Begum, went into labor on March 20th. After giving birth to her fourth child, Begum was stunned to meet whom she called the alien-looking boy, and told the midwife assisting with the birth to take him out of her sight. Once her initial shock wore off, though, Begum's motherly instincts returned and she willingly breastfed the child hours later. Following the boy's birth, word spread through local villages, and herds of devout Hindus showed up to worship the child, whom they believe may be a reincarnation of one of their gods, Lord Hanuman. So which is it? An alien, a Hindu god, or perhaps just a child who clearly has a difficult life ahead of him? Let us know what you think in the comments.
Community ostracizes woman with rare and gross skin disease. Pat Sherman, a 50-year-old woman living in Arizona, suffers from severe psoriasis. The disease, which some experts suspect may be genetic, is a rare skin disease that causes the skin to develop thick red welts and cover itself in rough silvery scales that look like tree bark. This is because the sufferer's immune system sends out faulty signals that causes an overproduction of new skin cells. There is no cure for the disease, although it can be managed with various creams and medications. Pat Sherman's psoriasis is so severe, it's not really manageable. The 50-year-old woman has even been thrown out of libraries because other people complained she was leaving skin flakes on the computers. The authorities told her she must bring a doctor's note if she wants to go back. Pat was also asked to leave when she tried to go for a dip in the public pool. And many restaurants and shops have also thrown her out, banned her, and just asked her to stay the hell away from them because they're all afraid she's contagious. Pat says she tries to keep her skin moisturized and is most terrified of the scaly patches covering her face. Despite her efforts, though, she often has cracked and bleeding sores at the end of each day. It's just some of the reasons Pat seldom goes out anymore, although she still maintains hope that someday people will stop seeing her as a hybrid tree monster and just appreciate her as a person instead.